Fight! 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 Dude, it was just a joke. Sorry for talking about you. I've been in a lot of fights growing up. Not because I was bullied, which I was, but because hurt people, and boy was I a hurt people. Now, I'm not saying this to clear myself of any guilt. I was not innocent. There are definitely people who would look back and say I bullied them. And even though I've apologized since then, I think it's important to explain why I did what I did. I'm Block Kid, and even though most storytime animators present themselves like the good guys in their stories, that just wasn't me. As far as I can remember, I've been in roughly 30 fights in my school days. Some of them were self-defense, some of them were me defending others, but if I'm being honest, a lot of them were just me trying not to feel weak or bad about myself. I grew up in a rough neighborhood, so fights were not a rare sight. Yeah, take that. What's going on here?
This guy's face is pissing me off.
Yeah, no, right, yeah, don't know what I was expecting that. My dad is a tough guy, so he wasn't opposed to fighting. In his mind, you just had to have a good reason. The 3 rules of fighting in our house were simple. If they swing on you first, fight. If they mess with your siblings, fight. If you're in a fight, make sure you win. No joke, if I followed my dad's rules but got suspended from school, he'd pick me up from school, take me home, and never speak a word about it. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Now, I tried my best to be fair to all of the people that I fought, and I would give them a chance to back out before we ever got started. There was one kid named Carl, and he did the one thing that triggered me faster than anything else, and if you've been in middle school for even 5 minutes, you've heard it. Your mom jokes. It was in the middle of science class where he kept talking trash about my mom, and normally I'd let things slide if it was just 1 or 2 times, but he kept doing it. Carl, if you say one more thing about my mom, I'm going to meet you outside of class and I'm going to hurt you. Carl made the unfortunate decision to make one more joke at my mom's expense, and I am a man of my word. I got in so many fights in school that eventually I started offering my fighting services to the nerdy kids. I figured, why not make money off of the people that can't defend themselves by just defending them? That's when Block Kid's bodyguarding business took off. For $5, I'd follow you to all your classes for the whole day, so that nobody else could beat you up. If you couldn't afford the $5, I would just tell you to do my homework, and I would protect you for that.
Please do not copy these strategies. You can get in real trouble for plagiarism or letting other people do your work. This is not life advice.
Now, I'd love to say I won all of my fights, but life ain't a movie. Why are you talking to me? Sometimes you lose. But my big brothers taught me an important lesson about fighting that I'll never forget. I'm calling an adult. If you know you're gonna lose a fight, but you have to fight anyway, make the other guy look like he lost. I won't go over all the strategies they taught me to do the most damage to an opponent, but here's the gist. If the other guy has a black eye and you don't, it doesn't matter how the fight actually went. That person and his friends aren't gonna mess with you anymore. But let's not miss the point. I'm not glorifying violence and I'm not advocating for you to go beat people up. Always tell a trusted adult what you're going through and let them handle it for you. Ow! Hey, that guy just hit me. Yeah. I feel good about this. A lot of times people become bullies because something in their life is broken. My life outside of school was difficult, to say the least, and to be honest, I was just looking for any excuse to feel powerful or like I had control of something. When you feel powerless, when people talk to you like you're nothing or ignore you like you're invisible, it starts to mess with your head. You walk into school carrying that weight and suddenly the smallest comment feels like a threat. Yeah, your mom. What did you say about my mom?
Fight! 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 Fight!
So you swing. Not because you're tough, not because you're better than anyone, but because you're scared that if you don't hit first, no one will ever respect you. But that's not true. If you're being bullied, I promise things get better. Your bullies will grow up one day, and if they're like me, they might even track you down just to apologize.
I have changed my ways.
And if you're bullying someone else, this video's for you too, because you can't run away from your real problems forever. And making other people miserable is just gonna make things worse, not better. Remember, Jesus loves you. Alright, later.